Why being nice will never get you where you want to be. I'm a firm believer on this. I do firmly believe that being nice all your life, people will take advantage of you. You will be trampled on. You will be taken advantage of. And it's honestly a blessing kind of growing up the way that I did. You know, you got to experience some sort of hate in your life from other people to really have a good self-reflection of yourself and understand that you just can't afford to be weak. I'm not saying that kindness is weakness, but I will say that being too kind will definitely get you taken advantage of. And it's a little creepy too. You know, like why are you so nice? Like for what reason are you so nice? Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just a dickhead. You know, hate me for it, but I think that at a certain point, you know, like there's a difference between being respectful and being nice, right? And when you're too nice, it's an ick. I mean, and this is coming from a guy, right? If you're another man and you're just like overly kind for no reason at all, it's just like, my brother, like, what are you fucking happy for, bro? Like are the bills paid? Like, are you rich? Like, you know, I'm not saying everybody has to be rich to be happy, but like there has to be some level of like, am I doing enough? You know, you're not gonna get far with being nice. Like if you're in a negotiation and somebody wants to negotiate something with you, what are you gonna say? Like, yeah, I'll take the deal, bro. Like, it's cool. You could take advantage of me. Like, no, bro. Like, you gotta learn how to be a man, bro. Have a backbone, have a spine. And the reason I make this video is because I used to be there, and I'm not talking about like, oh, I was like super nice to people. I mean, I'm a nice person in general, right? But I mean, like, let's say with the ladies specifically, because I do feel like this generation that I'm in has like a nice guy problem. There's too many simps. There's just too many people, you know, taking girls and being like, oh, like we should worship them. And I agree, bro. I love women. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, like if a woman is taking advantage of you, bro, like you gotta open your eyes and understand that sometimes it's hard to admit to yourself that things are just the way that they are. But I feel like that's part of the learning experience. You have to go through that to really understand that, you know, life's not always going to go your way, but it's about how you manage it that matters, you know? So going back to the nice guy syndrome, which we'll call it that for today. We'll call it the nice guy syndrome. I used to be there, right? I used to be the one that thought, oh, if you make the girl, you do everything she says and you please her all the time, this and that, she's going to fall in love with you. Like, bro, it's just not the truth. It's just like the furthest thing from the truth. And it's really weird because psychologically, like us men, we think very logically about things, and we're like, oh, like if it didn't work, why didn't it work? And it'll just be some like weird ass reason that we're never gonna understand. But in the girl's head, it's like, yeah, like this is justified. This is the reason why I did this. And you know, also just putting your foot down, having boundaries, and like not allowing yourself to just get completely fucking trampled on. Listen, women are great. I love women. I was practically raised by my mother just because she was involved so much in my childhood life. You know, like I have the utmost respect for them. But I think in terms of dating, when it comes to your dating life, that we should be more aware and just be more mindful and have a little bit of courtesy, not only for the other person, for yourself. And that's why I go back to the topic of being too nice will get you trampled over. Because if you're not worrying about yourself and you're so worried and fixated on somebody else, how are you ever going to truly be happy? It's impossible. And this is for my younger audience. If anybody watching is a bit younger, I am 23. So let's say maybe you're 18, just started college or something like that. I hope this finds of help because, you know, I once was that 18-year-old hopeless romantic, let's call it. You know, it wasn't the greatest time, you know, like you fall head over heels for somebody and you definitely you learn a lot of stuff. You get your heart broken, you do some crazy shit that you never thought you'd even do in your life because you're like, how could I let another person do this to me? And it's not even like they did anything directly to you. It's just in your head, your expectations were so high because you're just like, oh, I did everything right. Like, fellas and ladies, if there are any ladies watching this, I'm gonna be completely honest here. Okay, as a guy, if you do not do something that is just a little bit toxic, just a little bit, I don't think that there will actually ever be a girl that is constantly obsessed with you. And maybe I'm just a fucking crazy person. Maybe, you know, maybe there are great relationships where they're perfectly healthy and there's nothing toxic about them at all. But I think that toxic love is kind of good, not in like the sustainable good way, but like if you're young, you're in your 20s, you know, like it's okay. But when you're young and you have the resources and the time and the freedom to do all these things and like fuck around, like, and you got to be careful as well. You can't just like fuck around and find out you have a kid the next day, you know, but have fun with it. You're supposed to live out these years of our lives, you know, and at the end of the day, we all die. So whatever you do, just do it to have fun. I mean, like, do it the right way. Obviously, like, not just all for fun. Don't be fucking selfish, right? I think being honest is also good. Being honest is better than being nice because sometimes the truth hurts and you can seem like a dickhead from the truth, but at least you're honest. And morally, it's more just, you know what I mean? Like, that's just how I see it. I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking tripping. Maybe my views are just completely fucking skewed. It's just in my personal experience. What I've found out to be true is that you can't always be nice guy. You can't always be the one to save the girl. And guys, like, trust me, I know that feeling. I used to be that guy. I used to be like, oh, know I can fix her and basically like play hero, when realistically, like, don't save her. She don't want to be saved. But for real, guys, like, if you're younger, if you're listening to this, if she don't want to be saved, bro, don't save her, bro. Like, don't waste your time, don't waste your energy, don't waste your resources on somebody that's just not respecting you and doesn't see eye to eye. And like, maybe in your head you think you have a chance with this girl, and in reality she's told you maybe 50 times that she doesn't want to be with you or get with you or whatever the case may be. Then take a hint. But until then, like, I think it's also good to have some balls to speak and say what you want and say with your chest. It's important to understand your worth. And I don't want to go too in depth as to the stuff that I was doing when I was a quote-unquote nice guy, and I'm not going to sit here and brag that it's like cool to be toxic, because I wouldn't even say that. I would say that if you are going to get into a relationship, that you'd have to communicate and understand with your partner like the type of person that you are, and that should be from the very start, in terms of like attentiveness, in terms of behaviorisms, all that stuff. Definitely should be established before you guys get into a formal relationship. For those who are just subscribing to girls on OnlyFans and don't really see women as, like, what did Kanye say? Women are something to nurture, not something to conquer, something like that. So I thought I'd just say a little something here and there, just speak a little wisdom. I kind of like rambling on and off like this. I don't know, it just allows me to speak my mind, and maybe you guys can connect with it a little bit more freely. And I kind of like doing these deep talks. So if it is something that you guys are interested in, feel free to let me know. I'm gonna keep these videos short. I don't like to hurt people's times. We'll keep it within like a 10-minute frame. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.